That was dope, Chris. That was dope. Yep, because he looked just like the hand on the what is it? The Wizard of Oz. Oh yeah, the Adams family.
Yes.
Yeah. Do. That was cool, Chris. Thank you for counting us down.
And we're live.
And we are live. And so, like, you started a little bit ago. And today we are going to talk about that. That's why I said KKFI. Because if you've heard a shout out to the people on KKFI.
Sure.
Tejano, what is it?
It's KKFI. It's a community radio station here in Kansas City.
Yeah, but I mean the show with Lisa. Lisa and Tommy.
Tejano.
Yes, Tejano. Boy, we are butchering that up.
Well, yes. We're so prepared. No, KKFI is a great station. I was on there twice. It's a pretty cool station inside. It has to do with artists. Yeah, it's really cool.
So you can't explain to me what it is because I'm not an artist? Correct.
No.
Hey, that's
been a while. It's been a year or so, but my friend Maria, she's the one of the hosts for the art creatives, community artists sort of programs there.
That's
really
cool.
Good. Yeah.
How long ago was that? When did you do that?
I think I did one last year and probably a year before that. But it's really good. It's a really good community station.
So what we need to do, since we're rolling, since we're doing this, since you've joined us, I think we should go on with Lisa and Tommy on the Taste of Tejano. I think that's what it's called.
Oh, we'll talk about that. Yeah, that's a good idea.
We're good on a Tuesday night. Go in, talk with them for a little while.
I think so. That'd be great.
Oh, let's do it.
They're a great Kansas City. I mean, that show is iconic because before them, there was Viviana and...
I'm sorry, I don't know.
Okay, there were two iconic people who have been on that Tejano radio station for 30 years? And, I think so. And so Lisa, who is a friend of the show, and Tommy... took it over and have still maintained the quality of production there. Right. So
it is good. Yes. And what's pretty cool, they gave us a shout out during the end of November, our birthdays. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they gave us a shout out. So.
Who's our birthdays or
no? Sandy and I.
Oh, okay, at
the end of the month.
They're really
that was great.
Grounded in the community, so it's really cool. Yeah, that'd be great.
So shout out to Taste of Tejano, Lisa and Tommy.
Yes.
You guys do a great job, and I think AO might be trying to take you guys' job because he tried to do a little intro here. And he had that
trying to take nobody's job.
He had that nice soft voice. And
hello, Chocolate City. yes.
Yeah.
How we living?
That's dope.
This is your boy.
But you saw the trailer that I told you about, right?
Yes.
What do you think? It was pretty freaky.
The movie's called
what is it?
Swim Team.
It's called the Swim. No, the Night Swim.
Night Swim. The production of the video trailer was great, but it's not my cup of tea. Be honest with you, I'm not a scary sort of.
You're not into the scary movies?
No, I do like Jaws. Jaws was put together really well, but that's a 1970, 72, 75 movie. But no, when it comes to that kind of stuff, it's not me. I'm more of a action, sort of funny type of movie person. Napoleon is what I want to see next. Which I
Napoleon Dynamite, I told you, is a great movie.
Napoleon Dynamite is not my. It is hilarious. I heard about it. I've seen snippets of it.
How do you see snippets of it? You need to watch just the whole. Watch the whole thing.
Maybe I might. You got to see some of the iconic.
Maybe if
movies.
you see about 200 snippets, that'll be the whole movie.
I've done that with Ted Lasso. I have watched about 800.
Have you watched Ted Lasso?
Yes, a couple of episodes. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. That's inspiring.
You know what? I went through the first season. It was cool, but then something about what do you say? It's not the English language. Well, the way the British.
Right.
Man, I cannot follow it. I cannot. Listen, it's hard. It's just very hard for me to understand.
Sure, me too.
Yeah. Really?
I don't get it either. I don't get that English vernacular or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
I see. It's just I know.
It was just really hard to understand, and I'm just
a great listener.
Sorry, Ted, but I bailed. No, I couldn't watch it anymore.
I think I got a couple episodes for free on Apple Plus, and then they wanted me to pay.
Which Ted Lasso is played by Sudeikis.
Jason Sudeikis.
Yes. Jason Sudeikis.
Yes, on Apple Plus.
As far as I know. Another local guy that hopefully when he's in town, I'd love to get him on the show.
I think
you think we could get that done?
It could possibly happen.
I think we can.
Yeah.
We'll talk to our producer. I think he could.
2020.
We got text.
You never know.
And I got to get hold of Liquid Death. I still got to send them. You familiar with Liquid Death?
Shout out to Liquid Death.
No, I don't know about Liquid Death.
Yeah, Liquid Death, it's just water. It's just canned water.
Yep.
Okay. Well, you know what?
If you tasted water.
Let's get on with the show, because I need to introduce
Liquid Death. Okay.
right, we'll get on with the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Big Modcast. I messed up again.
Sorry, Robert.
G. What can we mean?
I'm not touching that bowl.
Okay, people. Okay. Oh, that's wrong one.
Already off to a great start.
Hold on. There we go. That was dope. You're going to have to learn how to use this, man.
One day. One day. Yeah.
Yeah. So before we get started, I am your host, Big Mod, Mario Garcia. This is my co-host, AO, Anthony Orpeza. Behind the wheels of steel is my son, Chris, and my nephew over there not on the one and the twos, but he is our producer, making sure everything goes right, sets up everything. Sir. Nephew, good job. Loving it. Marcos also helps. Yes, people, Marcos is still in the picture. He's still around. He's still helping out with whatever he can help us out with. He actually is always going to help me out to go pick you up.
Yes. Appreciate that, Marcos. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, but I'm glad your daughter was able to pick us up. Anyway, let's get to our guest. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guest for the evening, Mr. Robert Lopez. Comp, that was you. Yeah, thanks for coming to the show, Robert. How you been, bro?
Great.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, likewise. Long time no see, buddy.
I know.
Long time no
My
see.
man.
Man, when was the last time we saw you?
I thought I saw you at the Pitbull concert a few years ago.
Singing?
In Milwaukee?
No, here.
Oh.
I saw somebody
That looked
out there.
like
No,
you.
it was a Garcia. I could have swore it was you and Sandy and Maria and a bunch of other.
Yeah, you're right. It was.
Yes.
Because we ended up sitting up top with Luther.
Yeah.
Lopez.
Luther Lopez was up there. And yeah.
I could have swore it's the last time.
Yeah, where'd you guys sit that night?
I sat my wife. No, somewhere in the middle. Yeah. Believe it or not, my wife bought tickets for her mom and dad, so I went with my in-laws to the Pitbull concert. It was kind of a trip.
Wait a minute. With the in-laws?
Yeah, my in-laws. Yes,
Okay.
you heard me. My
Right
in-laws,
on.
but it was pretty cool.
Okay.
Interesting. If you know what I mean, Jelly Bean.
Well, did you enjoy the show?
Yeah, it was really cool.
You couldn't get your in-laws to stop dancing. Right?
Yeah, they were in their late 70s. They're everywhere, hanging out. But it was cool. I had a good time.
I had just we just saw. Well, no, this was a couple of years ago. We were in Milwaukee and saw Pitbull there.
Oh, awesome show! Awesome.
It was a great show. He throws a great show.
Oh, phenomenal.
Yeah. Have you seen him?
No.
Would you?
I would. If the
Actually, they're coming to town. He's coming to town with Enrique Iglesias and boom, strike already. Who's the other hip hop one? No, not hip hop, but
Bad
Bunny.
Bunny?
no. It's another old school guy. It's not Mark Anthony. Ricky Martin.
I'd like to go. Well, let me know if you find out when.
Yeah,
Dates.
Ricky.
That's cool.
Ricky Martin. Yeah, we'll have.
Yeah, that's
the
cool.
ticket
Chris
prices
or
are
somebody
right.
can look that up.
That's
Ricky.
all, yeah,
free.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So
I'd
who
love
did I
to-
say? Ricky Martin, Enrique Iglesias, and Pitbull,
That'd be cool. Very, very cool.
and it's a T-Mobile.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
Even better.
Sounds
Yeah.
like a ticket.
Let's go. Let's go as a show.
Let's go.
All right, that's enough for you.
We already had 2 videos.
So, Rob, for people who don't know you,
Yes.
you are a local, born and raised, KCK.
I'm born, yes, sir. I was
Okay.
born in KCMO and then raised in KCK.
Right on, me too.
Probably most of my life until I was 25, and then I moved to the Golden Ghetto, Johnson County, when I was like 26. Wow,
I never heard of that, but
I've
okay.
never heard of that.
I called it always the Golden Ghetto.
I know you're not really famous, but now you're going to get canceled, so it's cool. And so
That's all right, that's
currently you are, to me, in my opinion, you're sort of like a in
Legend.
the shadows, not a creeper, but in the shadows, sort of unsung. So because of your job, of what you've been doing.
Yes,
so
sir.
currently you are a high school guidance counselor. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. For
Sumner Academy, magnet school, part of Kansas City, Kansas School District.
and how many years have you
This
been
is-
a counselor?
This is my, I've been a counselor. I was at, just so you can know my history, I graduated from, if it's okay.
Yes, please. Whatever.
I graduated from Bishop Ward. I'm my Cyclone.
High school.
Graduated 86.
Go Cyclones. Okay.
And then I went to KCK Community College. I was Blue Devil for a couple years.
Right on.
Transferred to KU after that for a couple years and graduated in 1990.
Rock chalk.
And then I worked for, right out of college, I worked from 91 to 98 at a KU talent search program. And that kind of working there for 8 years kind of got me interested in working with youth in general.
Talent search.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
like
Educational.
singing,
No.
dancing?
It's kind of weird name, Educational Talent Search and Upper Bound Program, but it's a federally funded grant program that works with KCK youth. So I kind of that's how I kind of right out of college, my first job. And so that kind of got me interested in being working with youth. So I didn't know what was going to happen after that. And then to answer your question, and then I thought I was going to go into higher education because throughout that time I got my bachelor's in psychology, my master's in psychology. So I after my master's in psychology, I thought I was going to be a psychologist, but after the master's, I changed my career path.
Right.
So I figured it was going to go something in higher ed. And then in 1999, my primo, married my cousin, Ucio Piscina, now he's Dr. Piscina, called me. Back in the day, he was a principal at, back in the day, it was rough, but it's called an Alta Vista Alternative Alternative Center. Before it was a charter school, and then he called me and said, "Cuz, I heard you got your master's, so we're having a shortage of male counselors. So are you interested in being a counselor?" And I never was interested in I never thought about it because traditionally you have to be a teacher first to be a counselor. So I did that and thought about that, and I worked there, and then I worked there from 99 to 2016.
Okay.
And then it became a charter school and a lot of other things.
Right.
And then in 2017, I wanted to come back home, and I got a job. Originally, I thought I applied to Harmon High School, and they sent me the district sends you to schools, whatever.
Hawks. Go
So
Hawks.
they sent me to Sumner Academy, and I've been there since 2017.
All right.
It's Academy Sabres.
Okay. All right.
With the Sabres.
Well, thank you for coming. We'll see you next time. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh, that was quite a bit. That's quite a history.
Okay, anyway.
So you applied for Harmon, which is, my home
Radio school, yes.
alma mater. And they said maybe not this time. So then you got Sumner?
No, they just when you apply for a school district, they just send you wherever they need help. So they sent me to Sumner, and I've been there ever since.
All right.
So
Nice.
Okay.
But then you go to Harmon as well?
No, I didn't go to Harmon. I just hung around everybody who went to Harmon.
So,
I'm an honorary.
so you were that guy that would hang around at Harmon and wait for all of us to come out of school, and then that's when you would hang out with
That's
us?
totally incorrect. I was at school myself.
You went to
I
school?
was homeless. Yes, I went to a different school, but I hung around a lot
Where'd you
of
go to
Harmon
school?
people. I went to Aquinas, the old Aquinas here in
So
Shawnee.
the old Aquinas was located...
Shawnee, yes. It's the current St. Joe. We're St. Joe.
I still don't see how that was a high school. It just seems so...
It was 2A. Harmon was 6A here in KCK, and KCK
right.
was
So
6A.
it was, and it was an all-boys school, right?
Nope.
It was co-ed.
Yeah. It was small, very small, but it was within the Catholic school system, and so we had a choice going to school. Rob, I would have went to school with you.
I'm glad you didn't. Oh,
and luckily,
But you ended up going to school with him at KU, right? Didn't you guys go to KU?
I went
Around the same
88 to
time.
90.
Oh, no, you guys used to go to the basketball games together.
I don't know where you did this research.
You guys even know each other.
We know each other because of family.
Because my cousins. I
Family,
think
and
we
then-
got together because he hung out with my cousins,
And,
Bethel and Tomas, Hugo,
yes.
Luther, the
And
crazy one.
that's how you met him, through
I
those guys?
believe so.
Originally from the Hispanic organization, the student groups.
Yes,
we would go
yes,
to
back in the
conferences
day. Yes,
together.
yes,
The schools,
correct.
different students from different schools would come
Yes,
together.
I was very involved when I went to KU. I was very involved with this group called HALO,
Yep.
Hispanic American Leadership Organization,
Yes.
and that kind of changed my life. It's kind of, oh my God, Latinos that are interested in education. Because
Yes.
growing up, I never knew any Hispanics that were interested in like goals and other
Reading.
things like that. I really didn't grow up. It was all predominantly Caucasians.
Right, because for me, everybody where we grew up in Argentine, KCK, shout out. It was all, where are you going to go work after this? You can go to the railroad, you're going to do whatever, a grocery store, something like that.
Correct.
But then when I went to high school at Aquinas, St. Joe, everybody freshman year was talking about, we're going to college. Where are you going to college? Where are you going to college? And I was like, I have no idea. So, but then it got in my head about that. And so,
Absolutely.
Man, I was never asked where I was going to college.
right. And it comes down to, in my opinion, school counselors. Am I right? Do you guys talk about college and stuff like that?
The teachers, I think it's a family, a village, a lot of things that help people with parents first, foremost, teachers, counselors, coaches, a lot of things could involve with the kid.
So do you see kids who are like, have no idea or don't even think about college, and then all of a sudden they sort of transform?
See, our school is kind of different because our school has a high. Our school's a
that's
magnet
true.
school, so you have to have a 2.5 and no Fs to stay at our school. If not, we'll have to.
What about Alta
dismiss you.
Vista?
Before that,
do
it's
you
kind
know
of rough.
about
It was
Alta
kind of.
Vista?
It was
You know,
kind of.
what kind of school it was, and what kind
I'm actually.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'm learning now.
Yeah.
So explain.
So when I back in the day. When it was Alta Vista Alternative School,
which on the west side,
which was on the west side, and
So that's where Alta comes from.
Alta Vista. Gilbert Gadetto, who passed away like 5 years ago or whatnot. It was, I think it's called in English High Point, High Ground.
Okay.
He named it to address back in the 80s the high dropout rate of Latinos. So he wanted to do something because Casey Mo had a major system of history of not having kids that are doing good, with different superintendents and struggle with kids in general, dropping out and this and that. So he wanted to do something for Latinos on the west side. So he came up with Alta Vista Alternative School, and he did that for, I believe, for 10 years.
So Gilbert's the founder?
Gilbert's the founder. Wow. Gilbert Gadetto's the founder.
I did not know that.
Yes.
In what year was that?
This was from, Inucio Pacino was a teacher back in the day.
I see.
So that was from 89 to 99 for 10 years.
Okay.
So 89 to like 99, I believe.
So for people who don't know, the Alta Vista School is basically one of those schools that takes in sort of the people who are like sort of rebels and who are like dropouts.
Right. Exactly. From like I said, from 89 to 99. Don't fact check me because I think about that time.
We will.
But,
Chris, fact check.
No. But it's an alternative school. Like most school districts have alternative schools for kids that don't want to do the traditional school. They go to alternative schools.
Oh, okay.
No, they go to alternative schools. It could be a girl that's pregnant. It could be a person who's having a lot of issues. It could be a lot of stuff why kids don't go to the traditional route. So other, like in Johnson County, they have Horizons, and in KCK they have different other alternative schools. In KCK, I can't think of a brain fart right now. I can't think of the name of the school.
Okay, no cussing.
They address. So it was that. It was a school like that. And then after that, when I came on board in '99, the charter school movement came in '99 to Kansas City, and they hired me in '99, and it took us.
And then that's when the school went on the rise.
Then it took us. It took us like 3 to 5 years to get away that stigma of the kids, because it had, like you mentioned, gang members. Former gang members. It was really rough kids that were going through a lot of other stuff, and it was really rough. So to that stigma, then now, fast forward to now, it's like a college prep school. It's really, really good. Alta Vista Charter School. They renamed it, I think, Guadalupe Center Alta Vista Charter High School.
I see.
I think they even got rid of Alta Vista. I think it's just Guadalupe Center Charter High School.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So, if that.
So while you were there,
yes,
how often, or was it common to actually see like somebody who just didn't like school to sort of change?
It was so rough. I mean, I didn't. Again, when people start new jobs, I'm happy, because I never been a high school counselor in my life. So doing that
wasn't your goal.
It was, like I said, I never knew what was going to happen, but being there, our school literally got shot like on weekends and during, never, thank God, during the day, but on weekends, drive-bys, and they shoot up the school. And the officers literally said, if kids were in the class, we would have got shot.
Was it because of you?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
Watch it.
I don't know.
No.
Oh, gangster.
No, back in the day, believe it or not, even I'm from 913 Kansas. They call me 913. So West Side. They found out I lived in Kansas. West Side in Kansas, Missouri had a big beef going on back in the day. So the West, and back in the day, a lot of gangsters. West Side.
Right. You know how we used to handle that? We used to break dance in Indian Springs.
You
know how that is.
Yeah. So the West Side gang members didn't like the Kansas gang members. They fought and shot and they did a lot of bad stuff. And it was just rough.
Yeah, that's why we used
a lot
to
of fights every day. Fights in school. It was rough. Rough times. But
but now it's all cool. Now we're
very
all
cool.
friends.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's pretty good.
So let's get to the real question. Rob, how are you? How you doing?
Great. Thank the Lord. I'm getting over a cold here, but
thank you for bringing in the germs.
Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, great. Hope you get sick. No, you did. Just kidding.
And how's everyone else doing? Everybody good?
Can't complain. Good and happy. My family. Yeah. My 2 older boys are looking for jobs, so keep in your prayers. And my youngest one's a sophomore at KU in engineering. And architecture.
Are you sure?
Architecture.
Wait, you just said what you wanted him to be.
No. Architecture. The other 2, I'm very proud of them, and
that they
happily
don't have
married.
A job.
I've been married.
So how many do you have?
I have 3 boys.
3 boys.
Yeah, I've been married since '97, and they're 23, 21, and 19.
Oh, okay.
And your wife is a saint.
She's a saint.
Yes, thank
God. Very happy. Been married since '97. So what's the math?
That is
that's like 12
29
years. 15. I went to Harmon.
I don't know. Yeah.
20. I think I'll be 27 years
27
this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh.
Good for
Good for you.
Yeah, very,
Poor.
very, very
Janine.
happy. Very blessed. But yeah, overall doing well. Doing
Good.
well.
Good for you. Yeah, and then you said you grew up in Central.
Grew up in KCK. Shout out to Strawberry Hill Central.
Right.
Yeah, where does Strawberry Hill start?
Honestly, my boundaries.
I don't even know.
I don't know.
We go up to
I don't
Strawberry
know.
Hill. We go up to the
sorry.
cigar lounge. Shout out to the cigar lounge. And
Yes,
so yeah, everything's
yeah.
up
I
there.
don't know
Also,
what history.
Also, I should say our sponsor,
Is
Joe Quinn. Yeah, his Quinn Concrete Construction. They are also located up on Strawberry Hill.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Awesome. Yeah. But very, very cool.
Yep. You hit it. Do you go to bars?
Not
Like
that
a
much.
fish.
No,
Drinks
I
like
don't.
a fish.
I don't go to bars much, to be honest with you. I used to go back in the day, when I was younger.
When you were hanging out with this guy.
Yeah, when I hang out with I went to Westport all the time.
You know what? Maybe a couple. Westport is a KC Mo sort of hangout, which it's famously known for not only a lot of pubs and.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever go to
places dance.
Aggieville?
I'm a
Rock Chalk
I'm a
Jayhawk,
diehard,
baby.
yeah,
We're
Rock Chalk
Jayhawks,
Jayhawk.
yeah.
I'm not a K-State.
It's okay. You
That's
can
all
still-
right.
you
I
can still
partied
go
there a
there.
couple times with Halo. I believe we went there with
See?
Halo.
That's where I
With
was trying to
Halo.
get.
Once.
Yeah,
Yes.
once or twice.
But that's
yes.
enemy territory if you're a Jayhawk.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was very good. I shout out to being a counselor. I'm very, shout out to all the high schools, colleges and out there.
What's great
You're
about
blessed.
that? Yes.
Blessed.
What's great about that
Blessed.
is that was not. You didn't know that's what your path was going to be.
No.
Right?
No, I didn't. I have no
And
idea.
Just by some sort of blessing, if you call it
Best
now.
Buy? Best Buy?
Did I say Best Buy? Yes.
I don't know. I don't know what you said, but yes, very. Without
You
that,
got the
if the
call.
phone call from Uciel Pacina,
Right.
Dr. Pacina now,
Right.
if,
Shout out.
he changed my life with, and Gilbert Gadetto, they hired me. I honestly thought I was going to be working higher ed for the rest of my life.
Were you
probably.
ever scared working in, an environment with?
You know what? I'm a devout Catholic.
Right.
I prayed a lot, and I just joked. Every time it was a lot of. I just prayed a lot. If I were to go, I just, hopefully go to heaven and just do the best I can. But I was like, so it was really rough because kids. You never know out in the cars, out when you go outside with kids. You never know if they have a gun outside because
Right.
back then. Another thing about Gilbert Gadetto didn't want to have Alta Vista Charter School when it became. He didn't want to have it like a jail. He refused to have metal detectors so kids could bring in guns and we wouldn't know about it in their backpacks. So he said, if we treat kids like criminals, they're going to become criminals. So Gilbert, God bless him, he did a lot of positive stuff. So I think that. With that mindset and that growth mindset, it changed a lot of stuff. It was really cool. Yeah. So he changed. With Gilbert is a saint. In fact, when I was in high school, he kind of mentored me about Chicanoism and Latinos. He let me. I didn't know that much, honestly, about Cesar Chavez. He gave me a book here. You need to learn about your culture, Robert. Do this. Do this. Do
I
that.
thought he was a great boxer.
Yeah.
Oh God.
No?
No. He's
No, it's Julio Cesar Chavez.
Oh, that's what I
no,
thought.
Cesar Chavez, the activist from California.
Okay.
Yeah.
right. No grapes.
Yeah,
That's
no
right.
grapes. No
That's
grapes.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
So were
No
you
grapes, I
there
don't get
when
that.
he visited KU?
Yes, my brother back in the day. My
Yes.
brother. It
Louis
was between
Lopez.
88 and 90.
Shout out to
my
Louis.
little brother, younger
Former
brother.
roommate.
He was a president. Back
Of
then,
Halo.
I wasn't that involved. I evolved, but back in the day, he was president. I was very kind of behind the scenes, and he was very proud of him. Shout out to him. He was the president of Halo, and he brought Cesar Chavez. We had like over 1,000 people there. It was phenomenal.
To talk at the student
To
union?
talk with the
Is that what
student
it
union.
was?
Yep.
Yes,
and
I
there
was
were over
there.
1,000 people. It was phenomenal. And then the night before he was kind of angelic that he stayed at the he didn't all the money that we were going to give him. He gave it to the farm workers. He stayed at the church. And then he was very, very saintly and then really cool.
I think he tries to stay he did try to stay at churches everywhere he went.
Oh, my God.
And then so that he could save money.
Churches.
He just said, give it to the farm workers. Church's not Church's chicken.
Church's chicken.
I don't think there was one in Lawrence.
That's good
but,
spicy chicken.
It is delicious.
And then I just thought, I have it in my office, a picture of Louis, my parents, myself, and a few officers. Back then I was an officer. We didn't invite you.
No. Where was your photo taken?
It was at Mexican restaurant in Lawrence. I forgot which one.
Okay.
Hey,
I think I was invited to go, but I couldn't make it. But I thought somebody took a photo of me with him because I was there with him, and he signed my book
at the Union.
At the Union,
yes.
But
I think that evening we went to a Mexican restaurant. Sorry, I apologize.
I didn't get it right.
You get invited.
Do you still have that book?
Yes.
Signed and all?
Yes. And I also took the photo that was in the UDK, which is the university newspaper.
Daily Cancel.
And I believe I laminated it.
Nice.
So I still have it. But he didn't sign that. He signed the actual book.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's
good,
cool.
good memories.
Cool.
A lot of good memories from growing up there.
And to be honest with you, and I know a lot of people never had the opportunity to meet him. And I just went because I didn't really know much about him. But when I met him across the table and he signed, there was a feeling. There was just an aura of that gentleman, and it is something you don't feel too often. So it was really,
wow, that's
really,
cool.
It's awesome.
It was really wild. Yeah,
really cool.
Yeah. And Louis Robert's brother did a great job. I don't know how to get him to come to Lawrence to talk.
Yeah, I don't know how that worked out.
It was amazing.
Pull some strings.
Yeah. Something happened. I think. I don't know.
So
what
where was he from?
He's from California.
So he was in Cali.
And they did a movie on him. And believe it or not, Michael Pena, who is we talked about last.
Yeah, he was in Friday After Next.
He played him in this movie.
Yeah,
and he did a really good job.
Excellent
right?
movie. Yep.
So it tells how he sort of transformed. I think he worked for the government or some city government of some sort, and then he saw some injustice, and he decided he'd change his ways, and he followed Mahatma Gandhi.
Right. He followed Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr.'s peace activism.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Okay, and for the people out there, yes, I am going to correct myself. That was not Michael Pena in Friday After Next. Because I know everybody's going to be, well, no, that wasn't Michael Pena. That was Vargas. Remember, we just had this conversation. Yeah, so I just thought I'd throw that out. George Vargas.
Jorge. Dang it, I forgot to look that up. I'm sorry.
And I want to shout out to a buddy of my friend, Eladio Valdez. I went to high school with him, but he went to KU all 4 years right out of high school. And when I went to KU, he kind of got me involved more with the campus. So he kind of, and we became, to this day, when he's one of my close circle of friends. So he kind of, I never saw a person, because back then, before Louis, he was the president. Him and this other girl named Maria Padilla.
Yes. Yes.
So before that, I never had any Latino person that's a peer. I kind of looked up to him because I said, I never had a Latino that besides AO. I looked up to Mario and you guys. Besides you two, I look up to. I never had, back in the day, back what I 87 when I went there, he was very involved with everything. So I was like, oh my God. Yep. So I kind of looked up to him like, God, I wish I want to get his confidence. So it was kind of cool. He just had a lot of swag back in the day.
He had goals, and he was pretty courageous.
It was really cool.
On stuff he did on campus in Lawrence, which at that time.
Yeah, he's what you call a hilltopper. That's very few people in history of KU. I don't know if they still do it, but they're called hilltoppers. A special segment of pipe. I think 10% of every year they get hilltoppers. So I think
because of the grades and the community involvement, school involvement. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So anyway. Since you said 87, so what year did you graduate high school?
86.
So you graduated from 86 from Bishop Ward.
Yes, sir.
Did you play any sports in high school?
A couple years of basketball.
Yeah.
And then after that, I go back. I wish I would have played more, but I wanted to get a job and get a car. So I worked at Thriftway, which I think shout out to Thriftway in Armadale.
Shout out to the
LaPerry's.
Was it LaPerry
brothers. LaPerry brothers.
Yeah.
So
going back to that, I almost want to say, Robert, I think when I started working there, I think you were kind of like already on your way out, and you know, getting ready to do some other good things. Yeah,
that's why I think I met all the Garcia family. Yeah. Shout out to.
Did Louis work there as well?
Yes. Yeah. He didn't like it. I liked it. He went to the movie theater after that.
Oh, okay.
But he didn't like it. I thought it was cool.
What department you guys work in?
We were sackers.
I see.
Like Chris Jones, Michael Parsons. That's what we were sackers.
I think that's how we met originally. I think historically.
Right.
And you forgot about him.
No, I did.
Because I almost want to say we worked a little bit together. I had just started. You already knew Jaime.
Yes, Jaime, his cousin, really cool. Right? I love the family. Was so cool. I thought. I mean, again, before I worked there, Michael. Crazy Michael. Jaime, Mario, Lewis, Jerry.
Oh my God.
Not Jerry. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jerry did work there.
Jerry. Oh yeah, he did. He definitely.
Wow.
So it was kind of cool because it was just so neat having a bunch of they were friends. It was just so cool. Then we played. They killed me. Played tackle football. Michael killed everybody. I mean, we did play basketball. Jaime dunked on everybody. Back in the day, it was so much fun because I like sports. I mean, I don't think Louis. I just liked hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
So you like getting beat at sports by other. By the
Jaime
family.
killed me.
Yeah, yeah.
Michael killed me.
We made Robert a man. That's what we did.
Yeah. That was yeah. It was cool. It was fun. I always hung out with them back in the day.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah,
Very
good
much.
family.
Yeah, so I was wondering if you remember that. It's funny 'cause, see, that's how the memories often disappear.
Yes,
See, that's something.
yes.
When was the last time you actually talked about Thriftway? Been a while, right?
Long time. But good times. Great times.
So you worked there to get money to get a car.
No, yes. Yeah, to answer, yes. I wished I would have.
Right.
I mean, I wish I would have. As I look back now, I wish I would have played ball because
Like high
I'm gonna
school.
work all my life.
Right.
But back, I was thinking. I mean, like any young male, car, boys.
Wait,
yeah,
what?
All kinds of.
Hold on. You're thinking
Cars, girls. I mean, boy, girls. Sorry, it's like girls.
Say your wife.
Girls.
Okay. So
Hey,
cars,
sorry.
girls, money.
Yeah, money. Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And
Money
another-
orders. I mean, you nasty thing.
Okay, let's go back to Thriftway.
Yeah, thank
Do you
you.
remember when at Thriftway we? I don't know if you did this, but we'd always wait for that one person that you knew gave a good tip.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
everybody would see that person walk into the door, and everybody would be like, "Okay, we got to wait till they get." And there was like what, maybe 3 or 4 lanes,
exactly.
and as soon as that person would get into that lane, we would all try to get. Okay, I'm stacking for this
Hunting
person.
for the big dollars.
yeah, because
that's-
they always tip like $5 or $10, sometimes
Right.
$20 on weekends.
Right.
Yeah,
$20
we're like, on
tip
weekends.
to carry the
yeah.
bags outside.
Yes.
Take the groceries and then just keep them in the car and then load up
All
the
right.
vehicle and
Yes.
get you a nice little tip.
Yeah, and you kind of knew the tipper, so we
Right.
ran and tried to get the sack for the tippers because we worked all day. They paid us what $3.35 an hour.
$3.35 an hour.
It's like
yeah.
damn.
Minimum wage back in 85, 86.
Yeah.
And then
this
I got
is
a funny
the
story
mid-80s.
because with Mary, one of our bosses, I asked for a raise one time. I said, "Mary, can I have a raise?" And she said, She's trying to, she never wanted to give us raises. I feel like I was like, no.
How long did you
you're
work
right.
there?
I worked there for a couple years
you?
for my junior, senior year.
And then you bought your car.
Bought my car,
First
went to
car.
KCK Community College, and then I moved up to on 10th and I worked at Food Barn on 10th and Central. Back in and throughout college, I worked at Food Barn for 2 years on 10th and Central.
So what
Now it's Apple Market, or what I don't know what it is now. It's on 10th and Central.
Yeah.
But back in the day, it was called Food Barn.
Really? It was a
Yeah,
Food
Food Barn.
I remember that.
Because
So so I became a.
I think it was
because I think at Thriftway, I don't think I could move on to anything. I think there were lifers that were like stalkers for there forever.
Wait, so how high did you get?
I think on weekends I did the produce and cut the meat. Sometimes I think they had the people who worked forever doing butchers. And stuff.
You're right. Did you know Tony Gutierrez?
I don't.
You
I
don't
don't remember.
still there.
I don't remember that. Yeah.
Actually, he's still
but a different one.
Yeah. I think he runs like a
Right.
Thriftway or
It's the
I don't
meat
know if he
market off, like,
followed. I don't know
Troost
if he
or somewhere.
followed the LePerry's when they left there.
Yeah.
He did.
And
Yep.
yeah, so I think he's still doing it, and good for him. He's
Oh, sure.
he's a butcher, right?
Wasn't there a Perry Brothers? Wasn't there a Thriftway in Argentina or no?
Safeway.
Safeway.
called
okay,
Safeway.
my
I
bad.
think
My bad.
Safeway's
See,
out
and
of
then I
California.
think that's where the 10th and Central. I think that became a Safeway as well.
Yes,
But now it's like a carniceria. I mean, they sell.
it's a Latino market. I think.
Yeah,
I see.
Yes.
And man, that place is busy.
Yes.
So busy.
Yes. So I worked there throughout college. When I went to KCKC, then I went on to KU. And
So who pushed you to go to get that degree, to push the education? Was it your mom, dad? Was it your brothers?
yeah,
What was it?
to be there are a lot
Eladio?
of factors because my dad and my mom
you were-
and dad. I'm number 8 out of 9. Louis the
right.
baby.
Oh,
He was the
hello.
youngest.
Welcome.
And
I'm sorry.
You like
grow
horses? You like
He
horses?
looks like a little horse. I didn't grow up with pets. I don't have a pet. So like it's little horse just walked in this room right now.
That's what you call a pony.
Yeah, I was like, it's a little pony just came.
Scared the crap out
But
of
back in, but as far as inspiration, my mom and dad, was number one for inspiring me to go to school. But my dad, worked like a dog for
Bless his
30,
soul.
37,
dogs.
I think 37 years in the meat industry. Swift and Epridge and Wilson. So my dad, it was like a rite of passage.
No,
I think he
meat
took
company.
each of his kids, because I got 4 brothers and 4 sisters, 5 boys, overall 5 boys and 4 girls in the family. Okay. So my dad took me one day in high school to Swift and said, Robert, you want to work here? And after I updated with him, shadowing, I said, hell no.
I used to work for Swift. He didn't say, hey, you see that dude over there? He's going to be stuck here. You don't want to be like him?
So he said, if you want to work and I think most parents want their children to do better than them, this and that. Because my mom and dad came from
My dad was like, hey, as soon as you graduate, I got a job for you. You come to the railroad.
Yeah. So I think
So he scared you.
Scared me, basically. And then I wanted to. And then for me, again, I'm the number 8. My older brothers, I kind of looked, they were more, believe it or not, growing up, my older brothers were like in heavy metal rock bands.
Yes.
Right on.
So they, and then they got into, back in the day, in the 70s, they did Votech schools. They went to Bishop Moore, but they did Votech schools. So they were very good with construction and cars.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And so unfortunately, Louie and I were not that handy. So we're kind of nerdy. So we got into education. But so my siblings, my older brothers tried to make it when the heavy metal, they actually toured for like 10 years in the 80s.
Music.
Yeah. And believe it or not, in the 80s, they were the best heavy metal band in the 80s.
Right.
Shout out back in the day. Shout out to Leather Toys, Bad Gypsy, Omega, back in the day.
Yeah. That's dope.
Long hair day, equivalent to Rat and Bon Jovi back in the, Mario, you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because I remember
back in the day.
I would see your brother.
Yes.
Coming home late, and he had the nice long hair, and he'd wear the vest.
The flow.
Long hair flow.
Be drunk and high.
Exactly.
I'm not sure which
6 or 7 women.
Yeah.
George?
Yeah.
I don't know what brother.
George Lorenzo. George Lorenzo were playing the band, and Carlos played bass.
Right on.
They did all that. So it's kind of, but looking at them and all their things, and
they're good dudes.
Yeah, they're good
really
dudes.
good
Right.
dudes.
No, God bless them. But God, I love my siblings. But I wanted to go another path.
Sure. Yeah.
So the rest is history as far as that.
So straight A, straight B student? What
in high school, like B's, C's.
Okay.
Yeah, B's, C's.
Okay.
I kind of wasn't as,
Hold on, Robert, you do have students and maybe teachers watching this.
Yes.
You can go straight A's. We can edit all. We can edit that out. So,
Thank you. Edit
8 hours.
So A's and B's.
A's.
No.
But I just focused on, like I said, I think I was like an average B, C student. Not.
It's better than me.
Yeah.
Better than me. Strong C. Strong C student right here. Cool.
Easy there.
Yeah.
Were you a hard C?
Very hard C.
Nice.
Yes. Thank you.
Very good. Good. Great childhood memory.
Yeah, very, very good.
I mean, what's one of your greatest childhood memories?
Meeting up when we met.
No.
Okay.
I love you guys, but my childhood good memories is growing up in KCK. I remember playing with all the neighborhood kids,
Yeah.
Just and late at night, swinging on the porch, playing frisbee. Someone had a cool glow in the dark frisbee. We used to play at night, frisbee, hide and go seek, and all kinds of crap. That was just awesome memories. And then everybody knew everybody. Yeah, and I remember you, Mario, coming around to the neighborhood, hanging out too.
What was I doing in your neighborhood?
Sniffing around,
hanging out. Yeah, no.
What?
Sniffing around,
sniffing.
Really?
That's
back
a good way
in the
to
day.
put it.
that's not a good way to put it. Sorry.
No, that was a good. Yeah,
Stalking? How's that?
No stalking.
Did you have to call the cops on him when he came around the neighborhood and nobody knew what this kid from Argentina was in a citation? What were you driving?
I was driving a citation.
Like tan and maroon.
I almost. You know what? My dad had a Pacer. You remember the Pacer?
Yes, I do.
It was a GMC Pacer. It looked like a fishbowl.
Yes,
what was your first car when you buy him? How much did you buy?
Oh, my first. Yeah, when I told you I stayed for a 75 Buick Apollo. I called everybody it was a Nova because nobody know what the hell a Buick Apollo is.
Okay.
So it was a Buick since 1975. It cost $1,500. My dad said, "Son, you pay half. I'll pay half."
Right on. So, okay, that was my dad's policy.
Yeah, you pay half.
When I first saw I had a '64 Chevy Impala.
Oh, really?
I saw it and I said I gotta have it, and I only have $1,000. Dude wanted $2,000. I went to my dad and he said, "Give me a day." Came back. He gave so much blood. That man donated so much blood at $35 a pint. I mean, he came back with 1,000. He didn't donate any blood.
Wow.
He came back. He went to the credit union, got the money. He said, "All right, let's go talk to the guy."
Did he have his mask?
Looked at it. Yeah.
I need foul.
And remember, I'm the eighth kid. So my dad. This is my. I mean, I'm like I'm the eighth kid. And my dad's probably rite of passage. Dad, I want a car. Like,
I'm
oh shit, another kid.
And you're the oldest.
The first of 4.
Yeah, I'm 8. I'm number 8. So he's like, oh brother.
Son of a- Don't you like your bike? Yeah, no. But then we went. He looked at the car, took a test drive, got myself my first ride. So
that's cool.
Yeah. How long did it take you to save up? It took me
a couple.
years.
My goal was to get it my senior year so I could drive to Ward instead of taking. Back in the day, we're kind of. It is what it is, poor. Because we took the bus. We had to take the bus or walk to school, Bishop Ward. Because being Catholic school, you don't have bus services. So we had to get rides.
You weren't broke. You were poor.
Exactly.
That's what
Exactly. So we got rides from friends and then get there. And then when my older siblings had vehicles, we went with them and this and that.
So you're number 8. So where did all the brothers and sisters, where did they all go to school?
The first 5 didn't pursue college, and then the last 4 went to college.
Okay, but as far as high school,
we all went to Ward.
Everybody
all
went
of us
to Ward.
Went to Bishop Ward. Yes, sir.
You get a discount.
So when I went to Ward, the teachers are like, "Are you another Lopez?" I go, "Yeah." There's one more after me. So, yeah. Can you imagine? Oh yeah.
So your brothers set the precedent of craziness, and then they got you and
Carly.
Yeah,
like, oh, you're another. Yeah, the teachers. The back in the days, nuns. They're like, "Are you another Lopez?" Another, yeah.
That's funny. They had a scale outside, like you know how you see the like the caveman, and then it becomes man. So they had the Lopez's, Robert and Louis.
Exactly. There's one more 2 years coming later. Louis coming 2 years, but it's just I want to, like I said, my dad passed away in 2015, but I just don't. I mean, I have 3 kids. I don't know how they did it, but 9 kids. I just don't know how the hell they did it, but it was different.
Yeah, really different.
Yeah.
Man, well, that's cool. Bishop Ward, Cyclone.
Yeah.
What was your favorite class in high school?
My favorite class in high school is probably PE. I love sports.
Yeah.
I was a PE assistant every year. I thought,
So you love getting beat?
No. I love PE. I just love sports. I'm a sports nut. I love sports.
Okay.
I love sports. Yeah. Because growing up, I think I'm your guys' age.
Yes.
I love like Michael Jordan and
Magic,
Bird, and all that. Kareem. I loved all that.
Dude, there is nothing like the 80s NBA basketball finals. Seriously. Pistons, Lakers.
All that. Awesome. I loved all that stuff. That was phenomenal.
Pistons, Lakers, Celtics.
Yes. The top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sixers.
Sixers
phenomenal.
Before that, a little bit before that.
Yeah,
they were awesome. Yeah, all the players are so tough and
dude.
cool.
And then when those like on ESPN Classics or something comes up, and they start showing those playoff games.
Oh
man, those are playoff games.
Right.
Then the Bulls come around and start beating everybody, and then to me that was like, because they always beat up on my team, and I was just that's when I said basketball.
What was your team?
Not the Hornets.
Guess whose team it is? Do you have any idea?
Who's your team?
It's East Coast. The Knicks.
Patrick
Ewing. The Knicks.
Well, they were legit.
Georgetown. Yeah, they just couldn't get past the Bulls.
Yeah.
Or should I say Michael Jordan?
Who's Alonzo Mourning was a stud.
Alonzo Mourning
was a stud.
Out of Georgetown,
Yeah, there were studs back in the day. Man. Exactly.
Okay.
Sorry, Colin.
I just love sports. That was my outlet. I think growing up, like I told you earlier, my siblings, my older brothers, like music.
Right.
I was the son. My dad liked growing up. My dad liked soccer and boxing, and then he loved baseball. So baseball.
Did you ever play soccer?
No, I never played soccer.
Okay. Did you ever box?
No, never.
Okay.
So my dad liked that. No.
Okay, but he loves sports.
Hey, I love sports.
He was an athlete. He did all the sports.
I love basketball. I like watching. I don't like to play. I like playing basketball.
But you like to play football with us back in the day.
I cut it short after I got Michael. Killed me so much. Shout out to Michael who killed me like at Thriftway.
So you liked watching sports?
I like watching sports. So anyway, I was a son who watched sports with my dad.
Got it.
And so we always went to Royals games growing up. So my dad, and then when I went to KU, I got my dad hooked on Jayhawks.
Right on. That's cool. That's good.
So,
that's a good memory.
So you said your dad was a soccer fan?
My dad.
Where's your dad from?
My dad's grew up from La Barca, Jalisco. My dad was born and raised in La Barca, Jalisco.
And who is their soccer team? What soccer team would you?
You
don't know?
Honestly, I didn't really.
We can look that up, Chris.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll never.
I
find
didn't really.
out.
Yeah.
And then
don't know.
Okay, so your dad came to the U.S. when he was a young man.
Yes.
And he went to Chicago. Is that
Yes.
where he first-
Yes. He came, and he came back. Like you said, he came.
And then he went to Bishop Ward. He went to Bishop Ward.
No. He went to Chicago, and he met my mom. My mom was born. It's kind of weird. My mom was born in Chicago and raised in Mexico. She was 13, and she came back to Chicago when she was 14. And then she raised after that. Then my dad came when he was in his, I think, early 20s. I met my mom.
Okay.
And then
when she was 14.
No. Back in,
we missed a few years. Mom. I'm sorry.
And fast forward that till they met. I don't know exactly when they met. Probably imagine their 20s. And then after that, my uncles, my mom's brothers were in the transit authority, worked for the Chicago transit authority, they were bus drivers or whatnot.
Okay.
And so my dad didn't want to pursue that because he felt his English was struggling with English. So he heard about the meatpacking industries in Kansas City. So he moved. My older two siblings were born in Chicago. Carlos and Lorenzo were born in Chicago. The other 7 were born in Kansas City.
So he married your mom, had a couple kids.
Had 9. Two born in Chicago and 7 in Kansas City. And the rest is history.
Had the litter.
Correct. Had the litter. The big litter.
Yeah. So what was a team from Mexico?
There are 26 different soccer clubs in Jalisco.
26 different soccer clubs.
He loves soccer.
Okay,
He loves
yeah,
soccer.
so I
He
guess
loves
so.
soccer.
It'd be
He
kinda
loved
hard
boxing
to
and
choose.
soccer. And then, believe it or not, my dad, God bless his soul, but he said he was a famed cyclist. He always said he was a famed.
He
always
from up here?
I guess hold on to the thing. I don't know. He always did this one. He was a famed.
He actually did that in front
That
of
was
me.
very talented. That was talent right there.
He was a big cyclist. He said in Lobatka he was the best cyclist back in the day when he was.
So he was ranked in like a.
I don't know, back in the 30s where they
Yeah,
ranked.
so he was the Lance
Leader,
Armstrong of Mexico.
Yes,
two of them
exactly.
in there.
Lobatka, he was a Lance Armstrong of Lobatka, Jalisco,
Right
back
on.
in the
Orale.
day.
Okay, that's good.
Hey,
That's good.
how often would you guys visit that?
Oh my God! I think every 2 years.
You sound
in our-
frustrated when you say,
No,
"Oh
it's
my
just-
God!"
Every 2 years in our Caprice station wagon.
Nice.
My dad used to drive. I kid you not, 24 hours to Lobatka.
It's a man.
Nonstop.
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 Pulled up.
Don't even fill up the tank.
I think
We're
he
making
stopped,
it on
I
one.
think once or twice he stopped by and a couple hours of sleep and
Urinate in the jar.
And then I don't
And
know
then put
how.
it in the gas tank and let's
The
go.
radiator.
I don't know how. I just we can afford a hotel.
Couldn't afford to
Not that bad.
stop and pull over.
Hey, they just fed us. Got a lot of sandwiches and
There we go.
Yeah, we're boom. Did it.
Almost 24 hours straight.
24
Just
hours,
drive.
Yes.
No
God
headphones
bless my
on,
dad.
didn't block any-
No.
just-
We played a lot of back in the day. A lot of Battleship, Uno, cards.
What was he playing on the radio? 8-track? What was going on?
Dad was the king. We didn't mess with Daddy.
Right.
Yeah, whatever Dad did. we didn't.
Don't disturb Dad
Yeah,
while
I'm
he's
with you.
driving.
Dad and Mom were front, and all the 9 of us just doing our thing,
They had,
talking.
and it was in a station wagon. you said?
Station wagon, and our tons of luggage on top, and
Right.
just tons of
Kind of
boxes.
like the Griswold.
Exactly. Crazy. It's just, but those are the best memories.
Exactly. Those are the good times
for a
right
lifetime. Best
Yes.
times.
So-
I don't know how we did it, but we did it. Right?
Yeah. So it was just my sister and I. Unfortunately, there should have been 7 of us. I don't know if you know this. There was supposed to be my mom and dad had 7 of us.
Left a couple.
And what happened? I know. And what happened though? My mom was diabetic at the age of 16.
Oh, wow.
And she couldn't, being diabetic, full blown, just couldn't have kids. So my sister and I are blessed. We're pretty lucky. We were both 8 months. We're preemies.
I didn't know that.
A month or, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I was a December baby, and my sister was supposed to be in October. So September, November, yeah.
Oh.
And so so there should have been 7 of us.
So there were 5 that weren't.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Didn't
No,
know that.
I think
Okay. Before or
my
after
oldest
you?
brother, his name would have been he would have been the same age as my cousin Michael, and his name's Joseph Garcia. He lived. Man, I don't mean to put this in the downer, but anyway,
No,
he lived I think like 2 or 3 days, and he didn't make it.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, so that's why my sister and I were pretty lucky. We're blessed,
Okay.
right? So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what it would have been like. To be in your shoes,
Right.
you have 4. You have
right.
Thank
I think
you.
my-
Thank you for being here,
I
Robert.
think
It's been good talking to you. See you later. Jesus Christ. Calm. Dang.
that would have been crazy, right?
No, I think my dad told me before he was born. My dad's the oldest out of the Lopez, his family, but I think 2 or 3 passed away before my dad was born. So
really?
it was a big common thing.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, man, It would have been, like I said. I don't know.
Well, fortunately for you guys travel a lot too, right? Down south. To
We did,
Mexico,
yeah, and that's
Texas,
where I was
right?
going. Yeah, it was only, the four of us, my
Yeah.
mom, my dad, and us
Yeah,
two.
there's nothing like a
And-
caravan of 40.
Right.
whatever.
No, we had a pacer. We had the fishbowl.
Oh my
driving down.
gosh!
But I mean, the pacer. I mean, literally, it was round, so you had this back
I remember
window.
the Pacers.
This back window was huge.
Oh, my
And then the
gosh.
windshield was huge. I mean, we would just lay back there and just stare at the stars. I'd stare at one star for about 10 hours.
But you guys are
through the
pretty
middle
chill,
of the
though. You and your
night.
sister are pretty chill.
That's funny.
These Lopez's. The George and Carlos.
They're
and-
rock stars.
Yeah, they're crazy.
they're
Even when
crazy.
they were teenagers.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was
they're nuts.
a trip growing up with them.
Yeah,
it was a
they're
trip.
great dudes. Yeah.
Yeah, so
they're
there's
good,
got to, I mean, I'm sure you guys have lots of great stories.
Oh yeah, good story.
Christmases.
Yeah. Oh, good. Good. It was awesome.
There was a Christmas
It was
or New
good.
Year's that the band would show up at the house.
I don't know about that. I
they
know
ever
they
practice
practice
at home?
No, they practice in our basement. And my dad's like, oh my, my dad used to be frustrated, but they didn't have no place to go, and they were like the leaders of the band. Kind of, I don't want to say like Eddie and Alex Van Halen, but they were like always the leader. George and Lorenzo were the leaders, but they're always arguing and this and that, and but they always practice in our basement, and but it was crazy. So we heard a lot of.
Dang, so you had
But it was good.
you had Van Halen. You could have had Lopez.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be.
Lopez, yeah. You never know. But they were, like I said, they were very proud of them. Like I said, they were the best band, rock, heavy metal band in the 80s, and they were
Kansas
really
City?
good in Kansas City.
Yeah.
And they traveled throughout the.
I'm sure
they
that their
traveled
music's
stuff.
still out there, right?
Yeah,
Their
I'm sure it is on iTunes.
Can I,
I'm
if I
sure.
go if I go to like Apple Music, will I find?
I don't fashion. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, I will go there then. Dang,
But
that
my
would be-
brother George, I'm proud of all my siblings, but George does some jazz, and he sells stuff on iTunes.
Oh,
does he
George,
really?
Yeah, George
Oh.
Love. So you could do that. I know that. Cool Breeze. I know one of his albums is called Cool Breeze.
Cool Breeze. That was my
So
nickname in
George
high school.
Lopez?
George.
That was my nickname in high school.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So yeah, it's kind of cool. So he has some stuff to sell on iTunes.
Cool Breeze.
Do you listen to his work? Do you listen to it? Do you have?
Yeah,
Did you buy it? Have you
back
bought it
in
yet?
the day? Yes, back in the day. Yes, yes,
Okay, I can make sure
yes.
to-
I did.
yeah,
Yes, we
better.
support our brother. Yeah, yes, we love our brother and support him.
So if I put in Cool Breeze, what's his name or?
George Lopez, someone, not the comedian, not the comedian. Yeah, maybe with the J.
Comedy's gonna come up.
Hard head with
That's good.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
So you,
Short
any
stuff.
musical instruments
yeah.
or anything? Do you
No,
play?
unfortunately, I'm not talented musically. So
No?
no.
So
I
where
love
did they
music.
get their talent from?
Believe it or not, my grandpa was a clarinet player, and my great grandpa played, I think, the trombone.
And they
So
were
I-
the best.
They were the best thing in Mexico. They were the best,
right,
and then
right.
and then my Theo Beto plays trumpet.
Theo
So I
Beto's
have
the
a
best.
big. So my Theo Beto's been a trumpet player. I think Mariachi Mexico for like 30 years. I think they broke up. He plays another band. I
Right.
heard, but yeah, and then so we get that from my dad, my Theo,
see.
my Theo side.
So
and my
so I put in Cool Breeze, George Lopez, and I come up with George Benson and Al Jarreau. And then they changed their name.
Oh.
No. Dang it. That would have been cool to play if I could find it. But anyway,
So how many more years do you think you'll be counseling?
I'm not counseling.
No, not well. If you want
you're
a
talking to
patient,
Robert.
if you need a patient,
probably I would imagine probably another 10 years.
you think so?
Yeah, probably another 10 more years. 55, so probably another 10 years.
Yeah, that's cool.
So this is.
I didn't know. I didn't know how to take it, Robert. You asked me if I retired. I don't know if you thought I was
No,
like 65 years
no,
old.
because some people retire young, 25 years working at a company, so you never know.
And I'm there. I've been there at my company for 33.
Oh, dang. You
Since,
sure?
since 89. So I went from Thriftway to Universal Engraving. I don't know if you remember Universal Engraving. The company used to be right across the street from Thriftway, 819, right there off of 819. So it was catty corner. So a lot of, actually, they're still my coworkers. They would walk across the street, and I would see them. I remember them, so it's weird. So I would sack their groceries.
Gosh.
End up starting working there at Universal. Then they moved out here to the next Overland Park.
Oh,
whatever you wanna call it.
interesting. I didn't know
And
that.
yeah, so
Back
yeah,
in the day, but when we worked, where do we places we ate all the time? Eaton's, the places.
yeah.
that-
You know what? Actually, I don't.
or Paul's.
Did you work there
Paul's
8 hours?
drive-in. I worked weekends 8 hours, but during school week I worked I think my parents always only made us work like 10, 15 hours during a school week, but summer is full time, of course.
Right. You know what? The way I would eat, we would eat just snacks. We would go and grab Twinkies or
Steal?
Hostess. Yeah.
Pay for them later, but
I think
never.
we paid for them. I can't remember if we paid for them.
I have an idea.
Take a little break. I only worked like 4 hours
and that's
a
why
night.
that store's no longer there, right? It's not there anymore.
Those are good
right?
times. I think it.
The
I
building
think,
is.
yeah. I
building
think
is,
it
but
went out of service. I don't know.
wonder
Honestly. I think
why.
La Perry's shut down. I don't know what happened. I think
Yeah.
it shut down.
I have an idea.
I think they moved actually.
Oh, really?
I think they
did.
might have went to like Brookside or somewhere. I think.
Yeah,
Tony
but I still
started
go to that
somewhere
to
else.
this day. There's down the street from Thriftway. There's a Mexican
Antonio's.
restaurant. I
San
go
Antonio?
to San Antonio's for lunch. I like to go there.
Or
Very good.
Pollo Rey.
Pollo Rey.
Shout out to
El
Pollo
Pollo
Rey.
Rey.
Big old piece of pollo.
El
Very
Pollo,
good.
that's that
old
was
Dairy
where
Queen.
Dairy
The old
Queen.
The old Dairy Queen.
So if you're ever in KCK, go check out Pollo Rey. Man, the chicken there is just fantastic.
This is how this all started. My cousin Diane Garcia, she was married to Tootie, my cousin
R.I.P.
Tootie. May he rest in peace.
1-8.
So she was working at the Dairy Queen,
Ooh.
and I think the owners or the bosses at Universal would go down to eat at Dairy Queen, and so Diane said, "Hey, you want to come and work for us?" And I think that's how that all started. So then Diane starts to work for Universal, and then all of a sudden she reels us all in. You know, her husband and myself and her kids and Michael and Jerry. They all worked at Universal. My Uncle Victor and
She became the recruiter.
yeah,
of the
she was
Garcia family.
the recruiter.
That's cool.
Can I tell you about a cool memory that I have?
Go-
about
please
from growing,
do, yes.
I remember another good memory growing up, being a kid that liked sports. Growing up, my dad used to always take me to go watch Mexican fast pitch softball at Shawnee Park. And then we used to always just go. He knew people that played. It was so cool. And the Migos and all different. He knew people from a lot of teams, and he just enjoyed it. And we spent every Friday night there. He goes, Roberto, let's go to Shawnee Park and watch them play, because he it was so cool, and he just enjoyed watching everyone play.
Did you ever walk from home to Shawnee Park?
No, we always drove as a Caprice station. No.
I used to ride my bike, and we had bikes. So when I lived in Central, there for the little while, we had a softball game. I would ride my bike down.
But I did ride my bike to Thriftway back in the 10 speed. I used to ride it to work and back all the time back in the day.
So your dad probably worked with a lot of guys who
Yes,
who played fast pitch softball at
and,
Swift.
Yeah, and then my dad's little brother Theo Bethel, his little brother Bethel was, I think, was really good in sports. I think he was really good in soccer.
Soccer, yeah, he was a soccer
And then
player,
he knew my Theo Bethel knew a lot of players. My dad
Shout
liked
out
to
Theo
hang out.
Bethel, yeah.
Yeah, he knew a lot of other players. And believe it or not, shout out to his compadre was he, I think, played professional soccer. He, Chris Medina's dad.
Okay.
Shout out to Chris Medina. He was a former CEO
Yeah.
of Guadalupe Center. His
Right.
dad, Chino Medina. Chino Medina was a professional soccer player. My dad knew him growing
Really?
up. So anyway, back to soccer.
Yeah,
back
that's
to
cool.
soccer.
Yeah, we could go.
So
Yeah,
he was a
that's what we do
professional
here. We
soccer
go back.
player in Mexico. So that story, everything clicks because you don't go back that rabbit hole. That like
Right,
you say, you don't
that's
go down
cool.
memory lanes until you think about all this stuff. Because I
Right.
remember.
So did you play soccer?
no. Or back.
I was just hoping he was going to say, "Yeah, I used to play all the time."
No, I played another thing growing up. Good memories. A lot of things
Pool,
thinking
ping
about.
pong.
Down St. Margaret?
No, I played with Bethel Neighborhood Center. It was
Oh,
a neighborhood
Bethel,
center. And I was horrible. This is throughout high school years when I worked at Thriftway.
What sport?
I played indoor soccer.
Oh,
Believe it or
that's
not,
tough.
indoor soccer.
Yeah.
And they just said, Robert, just kick the ball. You play defense, because I didn't know how to dribble. I didn't know any. You just stay over there and kick the ball to us, and I was like, okay. But horrible. I was terrible at that. They did indoor soccer. I don't know.
Robert was out there like foosball. He'd hold his other guy, and then they'd go like this, and then kick the ball.
Did you have any photos or footage of that?
Man, that'd be
Like to
great.
share,
We
post
can
that.
show it right here.
back in the
Robert playing.
70s and 80s. I don't know.
Maybe somebody was drawing you guys back in the day.
That's too bad.
But like I did, I tried to, like I said, the only thing I think I excelled in was basketball. I wish I was better in
and you
other
got
sports.
better at basketball
Yeah,
since
I
I
think
last
I'm pretty
played
good.
you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, let's get on. Let's talk about the basketball thing.
Yeah.
So that's how. So AEO would invite me to go play basketball there at the Guadalupe Center.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. And that's where you were, and that's where I met your cousins Beto and Luther.
Hugo.
So
Hugo.
every Thanksgiving,
Cousin Ramon.
mostly every
So
Thanksgiving.
if I wasn't playing football, because we traditionally would play football on Thanksgiving.
Garcias.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then so if we weren't playing, so Ayo would say, hey, you know.
And traditionally,
he'd shoot me a page. I look at my pager and I say, oh, my boy Ayo.
Traditionally, I didn't have anybody to play football with. Plus, I probably didn't want to because your family's vicious when it comes to.
Well, I mean, he just told you some
shout out
stories.
to the Garcia. No, shout out to the Garcias. With growing up, I just remember they were really good in all baseball.
Right.
Oh my God,
But football-
baseball, basketball. They're good in sports.
And we can end the show right here. Just like this.
I'm just serious. I'm
No,
like,
thank you, Robert.
The
I'm
Lopez's
assuming-
were not as good as they're
I'm
really good.
assuming that
Well,
the
you guys
Garcia
were making
football
music.
Yeah, there you
wasn't
go. Yeah.
touch. It wasn't two-hand touch.
It was just rough.
Okay, because I
It was two-hand
tackle.
touch, and then you wrap up, and then you slam on the ground.
No. Michael Garcia. I remember the scars. Michael Garcia. I like Lopez. Really good Lopez.
Robert, we would play.
I was like,
we
oh
would play
my
on Saturdays. I'm sure Robert's at home, like shaking while he's sleeping, and getting
my
hit. And
God.
Robert
He
couldn't
just-
sleep. What's wrong, Milo? What's wrong?
He was short and stocky. Michael, he tackled so hard. I was like, oh my God. I was afraid to catch the ball because I knew he was going to kill it. It's okay. Throw it to Robert every time. I want to tackle him.
Yeah, Michael was kind of like Lawrence Taylor. He just he'd hit the shit out of you, and then you just go flying around and pick up your shoes.
How long did you play basketball? 'Cause traditionally, I would play basketball
let's
with
get
guys
back
on
to
the
the
west side, right? And then,
Yeah,
and
they
then
kind of because I didn't play throughout high school. They always asked me, "Can I play with them in the GCI league?" So I used to play with them, and maybe
I
so
never
they because
did.
I didn't play high school ball.
play in the-
so they
in the-
said, "Say Robert, we need another guy." So they always asked.
They said,
me,
Robert, you're 6'4". We need you.
No, for the record, 6 foot.
Okay, 6 foot. Okay.
They don't. Well, that's tall for a Latino, right?
Yeah, it is. Right.
So anyway, so they always call me there, and I met a lot of other people.
I
It was
see.
good.
And so
But-
on Thanksgiving, you would show
Thanksgiving,
up
exactly.
every now and then, not
Every
on a
now-
regular basis,
right.
and then shoot hoops.
Yeah, exactly. That was
Thanksgiving
a big
morning.
thing. Thanksgiving, we had a tradition of hoop it up every
And some
Thanksgiving.
people who didn't show up,
Yeah, they
then
call
we
me.
would call up some subs, which would be you in that case.
I'm always why? Hold on. Okay, I got both.
Yeah, well,
I got both.
I'm a
Here
sub
we
too.
go.
I was a sub too. Don't feel bad, Marty. I'm a sub too.
So why am I always a sub? Huh?
In this
I mean,
particular,
call-
in my heart, you're starter. Okay, in my heart. Okay, but in this particular situation,
Not only this
I
particular
was a
situation,
sub.
even
for Thanksgiving turkey basketball, and then
You were a sub.
I was.
Let me tell you a quick story about like 5 years ago or
God,
whatnot.
here we go.
My 3 sons are pretty good in sports.
I used to love that show. Which I have
my
3
3 sons.
well.
Yeah.
Shout out.
One time I took my son,
Which one?
my oldest son Gabriel, to
okay.
Thanksgiving game to play, and then after we both came in, they subbed me out like after 5 minutes, and Gabriel stayed because they said
Probably
Dad,
keep the young
Robert,
guy in there,
Yeah,
right?
Robert, you suck now. And then
Probably a
Gabriel
good
was
choice.
he's pretty good. So I think AO was laughing, going, "Man, you suck."
I would not
Yes, you were
laugh.
laughing.
That's mean. That's being a
I
bully,
would
dude.
not laugh in front of you.
I think back he was like 18,
at least not
but
afraid.
he could hoop. They could hoop. So I was like, dang.
Got his mama's jeans. Yes.
And back then I was like 50.
right.
So I was like, oh, right. I mean, it's just kind of sucks when you're like, man,
And
I don't
For
have
me,
it.
I
I don't
it's
have
really
it.
cool playing with the sons of my friends. You know,
I thought you were
It
going
is pretty
somewhere.
cool.
with
It is cool.
Sons
Sports.
of my.
Sports.
It is cool.
Yes.
It is cool. But it's
Yeah.
like, but I
And we-
realized how much I was like, man,
But if you don't, if you're at that age, after 40, 45,
Yeah.
if you're not playing on a regular basis to keep your body in shape
Yeah,
for
yeah.
that, then you show up once a year, twice a year, you're going to play for 20 minutes and be done, or you're going to injure yourself.
Right.
You know, so at that time when we played, I was playing like 4 times a week.
Right.
You know, and I couldn't wait for Thanksgiving because I
Right.
love playing with you guys.
Right.
So
Yeah, those were good
dominating.
times. Though.
Right.
Those were
very
really
good times. Very,
and
good
and I
times.
really am glad you guys enjoyed the school session I gave you guys, you know, because, you know, you guys learned a lot from me when I was
Are you
on the
talking
court.
basketball?
Yeah. You can, you know what? Ask when you bring on more guests.
So,
depending
Robert.
on- yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Here, hold on. I could take care of this
Robert
real
didn't,
quick.
Didn't disagree.
Say again.
Hello.
Oh, damn it. Missed the wrong one.
Anyway,
Anyway,
it was fun though. It was fun seeing you because when you get older and you have kids and whatnot, you can't get together like you did in your 20s
Right,
or 30s.
right. Good-
and
good
Thanksgivings
times, good
or
times,
leagues
good times.
brought you together.
Absolutely.
You know, to see each other. And it was
Good
pretty
times. Good times.
It was pretty cool.
Cool. So, unfortunately, Rob, we've come to the end of our show, man. But this has been an honor to have you here.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was.
I've actually
blast.
wanted to get you in before, and I would message you, and you would just throw me a thumbs up.
Hey.
So here, apparently, I sent Robert a message. Hey, told him who I was. I even told him who I was. He sent me a thumbs up. I'm like, okay, I know Robert doesn't
Scam.
He thought it was a scam, so that's why I had to get a hold of you and say, dude, I don't think Robert's believing the text that I just sent him.
Scam.
And it's true. I called him and I said, hey, man, he's trying to get a hold of you.
Once you're in
sure?
your mid-50s, you think everything's a scam.
It looks like a scam. It looks like a scam. I said, no, he's legit. He wants to ask you to get on the show. And
Okay, all right.
Okay, I'll talk.
Legit.
Yes,
You're
yes.
good. It's all good.
Yeah. So anyway, Rob, before we leave, is there anybody you want to throw some shout outs? Any
No.
kids that you out there that are sure going to be watching this and see
maybe the
Mr.
wife.
Lopez? Mr. Lopez,
No,
maybe the
just
wife?
everybody. Just
your brother
get a
out there?
support system. Get a support system. If you, if everyone just do, always have a support system. There's all kinds of issues. After you graduate from high school, kids that go to high school, after you graduate, if you need to take a gap year. Go to college, technical school, military. There's all kinds of options for you. Don't ever give up, and be around a support system, and talk to somebody to help you out anytime.
I got a question.
Yes,
One
sir.
last question.
Yes. Go ahead,
ask me.
So
Yes.
when it comes to the parents of these kids in high school, what's one of the best bits of advice you've given a parent or parents about how to get their kids to either stay in school or stay motivated
To get them ready,
to keep them interested or keep them going to get them to the finish line of high school?
Right. For parents, I try to. It depends on the age. In high school, I call high school like they're kind of mini adults. But so if it was younger, but my advice to parents is I want the kid to be happy with their career. If the kid wants to do something, it could be anything. Just the kid has to make a decision. You have to go with it and not be frustrated with the kid. Whether it is working. Because you have to support your child. Whatever your child wants to do, just support your child. Everything's going to turn out. It's not the end of the world. Only because your kid didn't go to college doesn't mean a darn thing. Just support you. Be a good mother. Be a good father.
VOTEC is just as good.
VOTEC is just as good. Working, getting a job, because not everybody's going to go to college. Not everybody's going to. Some people like to get a job and work. Traditional, just get a job, and that's fine.
Sure.
And then later on, maybe they want to be a non-traditional student, go back to college.
Right.
But my thing is just let your kid support your kid. That's my advice. Support your kid no matter what happens.
That's why you're one of the best.
Yes, thank you.
That's why you are who you are, Rob.
Yes,
Right.
thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
And a darn
Thank you for your
good-looking
services,
dude.
brother.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Shout out to all the counselors, social workers,
Right on.
behavior therapists, everyone out there, and KCK.
Back in the day, did you ever do the LULAC?
Yes,
Yep.
LULAC.
Yep.
Back in the day, LULAC.
Yeah.
Back in the day, we had OI too. We started this.
Hispanic Organization of Youth.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. We did a lot of
Where have
LULAC
I heard that?
and Ed Marquez. Believe it or not, the dude from Ed Marquez, he came to our house and told I told you the first 5 didn't go to college, the last 4.
Yeah.
He talked to our parents about Rosie, saying Rosie's going to go to college. Helped us out with financial aid and whatnot.
Okay.
But Ed, shout out to LULAC and shout out to Dr. Macias, who's the LULAC director now.
Yeah. Speaking about LULAC, I used to take advantage of the LULAC trips.
What does that mean?
That means LULAC would
College trips.
Yeah, there was college trips.
Okay.
And I used to take
Okay.
advantage of that.
In what
and
way?
that's where I met Tommy Herrera. And I still don't know
must.
how. I still don't know how
You
how
would go
old
to
he
the
is.
trips
Yeah.
that promoted college to go to college and do that. And
So I went to KCK. I went to Manhattan, to K-State, to Bowl. I went all the way over there to Bowl.
I see. I see.
It was
Good
just,
for you,
I
Tom.
would take
Good for
advantage
you.
of these trips, and that's how I met Tommy Herrera. So, and then I know you know Tommy as well.
Yes,
right?
yes.
He's current principal at a local.
He was a
KCK,
principal.
or-
No, he was a principal. I don't know
Okay,
what. I'm not
okay.
sure. What
But he's an
doing.
educator.
Yes, he's
Kansas
still in the
City. Okay.
education.
All right.
Educator,
All right.
yes,
Good dude.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
No. So yeah, if you want to watch a cool, funny episode, check out Tommy's.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll have to check-
yeah, it's a great. He's great. Yeah,
I need to check him out. I need to check
his
him out.
stories are pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
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 You familiar with the movie McFarlane USA?
I want to see. I heard about it. I want to go see it.
It's about the cross country.
Shame
No, I
on
want to
yourself.
see it. Is that what
Hispanic
Kevin
kids?
Costner?
Kevin
I
Costner.
want to see it.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
So I-
Hey, watch out.
And so yeah, Tommy's got a story that we almost felt like, whoa, I think this movie was made after your life and your brothers. Yeah,
That's
it's pretty
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
it's
Shout out
cool.
to East High School that won soccer. state soccer champion this past year.
Did you go there?
Weeks ago. No, I didn't. Just
okay.
Tommy Herrera, his former school.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know where we were
So
going.
in Missouri, school in Missouri, right?
Yeah, it was Casey Mo.
Okay.
Casey Mo,
Shout
yeah.
out to
Right on.
Tommy.
Congrats.
He worked
So,
there.
yeah. But yeah. So before we end our episode, again, thank you to Quinn Concrete Construction for sponsoring us, which is pretty awesome. And earlier you mentioned, help me out. You said, "Damn, Cope, your carpet looks really clean."
Did I?
Yeah, you did. You don't remember? Anyway, and I said, yeah, and I didn't get a chance to tell you that D's Carpet Cleaning did our carpet for us.
Oh, shout out to D.
Yeah, D. So a good shout out. Yeah, gave me a great deal. He came in, he cleaned the carpet because apparently before we turned this into a studio, my dog used to pee down here.
That's good.
Yeah,
Good to know.
he never made it
Appreciate
out. He never
Great.
made it out. So.
You mean your horse?
Yeah, the horse that came by. Yeah, the bear that came through here earlier.
So D''S or D?
D's Carpet Cleaning.
Okay.
Which is ran by Daniel Mendez.
All right. Right on. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know him. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They did a really good job. Him and his nephew
on.
Alex came down here, did the thing. I've never seen two carpet guys sweat like they did, but they did a good job. They cleaned it up. Yeah. So a shout out to them.
Shout out to them.
You people out there who need your carpet clean, please look them up. D's Carpet Cleaning. Yes, sir. Music. Yep. And definitely the intro, the outro to our first episode. I don't know if you heard, but it was Riding Around. The name of the song is called Riding Around by Stranded in the City, which
KCK Grown.
KCK. Are you familiar with Stranded in the City?
I heard of them.
Those guys right there.
Yeah, I heard about them.
Yeah, the Reyes brothers. Not
Andre.
the Wayans, not Damon and Keenan and not those guys. The Reyes
Great
brothers.
musicians.
Great musicians.
okay.
Yeah.
A couple years back, voted one of the runners-up for one of the best cover bands in Kansas City.
Really cool.
Yes. So, I mean, they're starting to get a big following, and the music is, really good. So give them a listen, and thank you for, letting us use that smooth.
Yeah, doing that nice little our intro there. You know what? I want to play a little bit real quick.
Just take your time.
We can edit this part.
Yeah. Bring
Can
on
you,
the energy.
promote that real
Bring
quick?
on that energy.
No, read what is it with the
Pitbull, the Pitbull one.
Yeah, please.
Are they a
The
sponsor?
concert.
Okay,
They're not a sponsor.
All right. Well, I guess Pitbull and who was it? Enrique Iglesias and Ricky Martin. T-Mobile, February 17th.
Yeah, February 17th they will be here.
Awesome.
23.
That's your opportunity.
We got to go to
We're
that.
gonna go.
was
Let's go. Let's
That
go.
was like 11 months ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, what
23?
you're hearing right now is Riding Around by Stranded in the City. And this is what we use for our intro. I'm going to play it now so you can listen to it. When you guys check out their music, it is awesome. They play some really good music.
Good dude.
They cover band. They're good guys.
Bass
Cousins
player
of
is
ours.
Fantastic, Matt.
Yeah.
The
And Timothy, the guitar player. Timothy.
the guitar player is. He's got Stevie Ray Vaughan. He's got the
Van Halen.
he's
And
got
the
it.
Lopez brothers over here. They use the guitars.
Andre on the keyboard. I mean, just fantastic music.
Yeah. Welcome back, Chris. Stop.
Here we
Anyway, yep. Thank you for joining
All
us,
right,
Robert. I
Robert,
appreciate
no,
you.
that was
I appreciate
cool.
you
That was
coming
cool.
in.
That was cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Excuse me. Thank you for listening to the Big Mouthcast. Until then, adios.